Hi, everybody. This is Bob Gale, co-creator of Back to the Future, and you're listening to Brad Gilmore.
Doc! Okay, relax, Doc. It's me. It's Martin.
No, it can't be. Just sent you back to the future.
Yeah. Oh, I know you did send me back to the future, but I'm back. I'm back from the future.
Great Scott.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine? Out of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style?
Whoa, this is heavy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Back to the Future, the podcast, the only podcast looking back in time at the greatest film trilogy of all time, Back to the Future. I'm your friend in time, Brad Gilmore. Welcome to another reading of part of the Paradox script. I'm taking my time to do it in parts so I don't make the same mistakes of the past. I am here a week before. At this time next week, I will have seen Back to the Future, the musical. And I will be bringing you, of course, my live reactions from New York City, New York. As soon as we are going, leaving, entering, walking through the store, I want to bring it all to you because this is a moment that I'm actually very excited about. Shout out to my lovely wife, Farah, for making all of this happen for me. She truly supports me in all my passions and endeavors, and I love her dearly. So today we're going to do a reading of several pages of the Paradox script. Last we saw, Lorraine was bailing Marty McFly out of prison. So why don't we jump in there, and I'm going to take you through where we left off all the way to where these kind of couple of scenes end. So I hope you enjoy today's reading of Paradox. Cut to interior, Baines' home, front alcove, night. Lorraine enters through the small front door with Marty immediately. Two small children run up to Lorraine, yelling, "Mommy, Mommy!" They are, of course, little Dave, aged 5, and little Linda, aged 2.5. Little Dave, "Mommy, Linda was bad. She spilled Grandma's juice." Lorraine, "Don't be a tattletale, David." Little Linda, "Mommy, he hit me." Little Dave, "Because you were bad." Lorraine, "Quiet, both of you. This is Marty," to Marty, "my children, David and Linda." Marty, charmed. The kids could care less, but Marty is fascinated. Little Dave, "Mommy, when's Daddy coming back?" Lorraine, "In a few more weeks, David," to Marty. "My husband's up at Berkeley on a teaching fellowship in literature. He's a writer. Thank God it's only for a semester. These two can be quite a handful." "David, stop hitting your sister. Sit down, Marty. I'll let my mother know that you're here." She goes to the kitchen, leaving Marty with his older siblings, who immediately start hitting each other again. Little Linda, "Quit picking on me." Little Dave picks at her cheek. "Pick, pick, pick." Marty grabs little Dave and picks him up. Marty, "Hey, kid, you know what happens to kids who pick on their little kids? The brat police come, put them in jail, and then they kill them and feed them to the wolves. That's why I'm here. I'm the brat police, and I heard you both have been bad. So if you don't behave, I'm going to start taking you away." Both children are terrified. Marty puts Dave down, and he quietly creeps off. Marty, "And remember, never pick on anybody smaller than you, and that goes double when they're named Marty." To himself, if they only remember. Cut to interior, Baines' dining room, night. It's the same dining room set up as in 1955. Sam and Stella Baines are now in their 50s. Sally is 19, Toby is 17, Ellen is 11. Linda is in a high chair next to Lorraine. Dave's on her side, and then there's one empty place. Lorraine, making the introductions. "This is my father, Mr. Baines. That's Sally, Toby, Ellen. Ellen, "We've never had dinner with a freak before." Lorraine indicates the empty place. "Where's Joey?" Ellen, "He locked himself in his room again." Stella enters the room with a platter of meatloaf. Stella, "I hope you like meatloaf, Marty." Ellen, "Why don't you go take a piece up to Joey?" Ellen, "Mom, you know he only eats bread and water when he's up there." Sam, He'll be down when he gets hungry, to Sally, who gets up. "Where are you going, young lady?" Sally, "To Sir with love, with Jean and Marianne. Good night, everybody. Stella. So tell me, Marty, are you one of those Haight-Ashbury people? Marty. Haight-Ashbury? No, I don't even know the guy. Remembering it's the 60s. Oh, I mean, like the hate thing isn't my trip. Love is what it's all about. Peace and love. Marty flashes a rather unconvincing peace sign. Ellen. Wow. Hippie talk is so groovy. Sam. It's kids like you who are ruining this country, resisting the draft, protesting against the war. Do your parents approve of what you're doing? Marty. My mother does. Me. Sam. If it was up to me, I'd send all you hippies off to Vietnam. That'd make men out of you. Lorraine. Dad, would you stop it? What if Toby has to go there? Toby. I'd kick some commie butt. Stella. You'll do no such thing. You're going to college. Sam. With his grades? Besides, Toby won't have to go. Westmoreland says war will be over by January. David. Mommy, do I have to eat these carrots? Lorraine. Yes, you have to eat your carrots. David. But I don't like carrots. Lorraine. Eat them anyway. No. David. Marty. David, eat your carrots now. The little boy looks at Marty with fear and then starts eating carrots as if his life depended on it. Little Linda takes the hint and starts eating hers too. Lorraine is very impressed. Ellen. Lorraine, why don't you have that string around your finger? Lorraine. Huh? Oh, so that I'll remember to call Mark Hopkins? Stella. What time are you leaving Friday? Lorraine. Actually, I'm canceling it. Stella. Your anniversary weekend? But you've been saving up for it for so long. Lorraine. I know, Mother. It'll just have to be next year. The Mark Hopkinses will still be there. Sam. Ellen. Don't eat so fast. Ellen. I have to, Daddy. Lost in Space comes on in 5 minutes. Sam. We do not run our lives by television in this household. Marty to Lorraine. You mean the Mark Hopkins Hotel in San Francisco? Lorraine. Uh-huh. George and I spent our honeymoon there. I was going to go up to Berkeley Friday, surprise him, and take him there for a little second honeymoon, but we can't afford it right now. Marty. Wait a minute. This weekend? Mumbles to himself. Then 9 months would be, counting on his finger, October, November, January, February, April, May, June. Oh, my God! A sudden outburst. You gotta go, Lorraine. A moment of stunned silence as everybody at the table looks at Marty in surprise. Marty. I mean, that sounds very important. You shouldn't cancel something like that. Lorraine. But I have to. I used the money to pay your bail. Marty turns white in stunned shock. Stella. Sam, why don't we loan Lorraine some money for her anniversary? Lorraine. No, Mother. I won't accept it. Sam. And we can't afford it, Stella. Besides, Lorraine's an adult, and if she wants to spend her money bailing degenerates out of jail, I'm not going to subsidize her. Marty. Look, Lorraine, Mrs. McFly, I feel terrible about messing up your plans. Why don't you just take me back to jail, then you can get your money back and spend the weekend with your husband? Sam. Now that's a good idea. Toby. Wow, Dad, agreeing with a hippie? Wait till I tell the guys at school about this. Sam. Shut up! Lorraine. That's very sweet of you, Marty, but I won't let you go back to jail. This is my little sacrifice to protest the war. Now you're my responsibility, and I intend to see through to your trial. So if you need a place to stay, you're welcome to stay with me and the kids. Little Dave and little Linda in unison. No! Marty. Excuse me, but I need to go out and get some air. This is kind of overwhelming. Marty gets up and runs for the front door. Sam. Hurry back. Don't hurry back. Exterior, Baines' house, night. Marty is on the front porch, going through his wallet. Insert wallet photos. The wishing well photo is intact. Marty's fingers flip past it to one of those with himself and Jennifer. They both have long shadows, but Marty's shadow has no head. Marty gulps. Then he hears a whisper from the bushes. Whisper, off screen. Psst, Marty, over here. It's Doc, motioning to him. Marty hurries over. Marty. Doc, thank God. How'd you find me? Doc pulls a local newspaper from his back pocket. The front page includes a story headlined, Mystery Draft Registered Apprehended. Resistor Apprehended. along with a mugshot of Marty. Doc, at the police station, they told me Lorraine paid for your bail. I went to her house, but a neighbor said that she'd be at her parents'. Indicates newspaper. They can't do this to you. Marty, you're a minor. Marty, well, yeah, I can't prove it. These clothes didn't help any either. I thought you said I'd blend in looking like this. Doc, sorry, I guess I spent the 60s on a college campus, warped my little perception. Did you at least give the book away from Biff? Marty, yeah, but... And you destroyed it? Doc, there's a bigger problem. Bigger than Mr. Fusion being non-functional? Marty, get out of town. Doc, and the replacement parts won't be invented till the next century? What's your problem? Marty, oh, well, I sort of jeopardized my conception. Again? Marty, I know history repeats itself, but are you sure? Marty, my mom's supposed to meet my dad in San Francisco Friday night to celebrate their anniversary, and then that's, well, Doc, engage in biological reproductive melting behavior? Marty, right. But now Lorraine paid my $500 bail and she can't afford to go. Shows photo to the doc. Look, my shadow's disappearing. Doc, great Scott! Get a great Scott?
Great Scott!
Had to. Now Lorraine steps on the porch. Lorraine, Marty, is everything okay? I thought I heard voices. Marty, yeah, I'm meditating to get in touch with my inner spiritual selfness. Lorraine, wow, did you study with a guru? Marty, yeah, listen, I'll be back in a few minutes. Meditating. Obi-Wan key, Obi-Wan key. Satisfied, Lorraine goes back inside. Doc, the obvious solution would be to give her $500. Marty, she won't take it. Her mother offered. I even offered to go back to jail. But she's got this weird political thing about it. And I can't even plead guilty without providing some form of ID. Doc, if we had a week, we might be able to manufacture some fake IDs. Marty, we've got 48 hours. Is there some way I can get my trial moved up? I mean, doesn't the Constitution guarantee me a right to the speedy trial? Doc, Marty, I can make a time machine work. I can make a fusion generator work, but I just can't make the American justice system work. For now, stick with your mother, and I'll be in touch later, and we'll figure something out. Marty, sighs. Perfect. Groovy. Cut to exterior, McFly house, night. Lorraine's Rambler wagon pulls into the driveway. Marty, Lorraine, Little Dave, and Little Linda all get out and head for the front door. Lorraine, so you could really teach me about meditation? Marty, well, yeah. I mean, not right now, but, one of these days. Lorraine, you remind me of somebody I knew very briefly back in high school. His name was Marty, too. Marty, and I remind you of him? Huh. Yeah. He was very mature and real cute. Of course, he was a little taller than you. Marty, I'm sure he was. Interior, McFly home, night. Two posters are prominent in the room. War is not healthy for children and other living things. And today is the first day of the rest of your life. Marty is draping a blanket on the couch where he's going to sleep. Lorraine is on the phone and she talks and removes the string from her finger. Lorraine, yes, I'd like to cancel a hotel reservation for this weekend. Name is McFly. Marty reacts off screen, or reacts with concern. Now we hear off screen crying. Lorraine is annoyed. Lorraine, every time I get on the phone, she starts crying. Marty, look, I'll handle your call. You take care of Linda. Lorraine hands him the phone. Thanks, Marty. You're a real lifesaver. I'm trying. Lorraine runs off to check on Linda. Marty on the phone. Hello? Yeah, this is Mr. McFly. Yeah, we want to hold on to that reservation after all. Sure, I'm sure. I staked my life on it. Cut to interior. McFly, living room, later. The house is quiet. Marty lies on the couch reading the newspaper article about himself. Next to it is an article. Farmer and wife see flying saucer. Both under observation in mental ward. Suddenly, there's a rap at the window. Marty looks up. It's Doc Brown. Marty opens the window. They speak in whispers. Doc, can you talk? Is everyone asleep? Marty, yeah, come on in. As Doc climbs into the room, Marty notices his knapsack is lying open with the top of the almanac exposed, but he can't close it up without drawing Doc's attention. Doc, I think I've solved all your problem, Marty. The trick is to give your mother the money under the circumstance in which she can accept it without feeling guilty. Now, what if she received the $500 as a gift? An anniversary gift? Marty nods, intrigued. Doc pulls an American greetings bag out of his coat. Doc, so I picked up this anniversary card. We put the money in it and make your mother think it came from one of her relatives. Marty, that's a great idea, Doc, except my relatives are a bunch of cheapskates. None of them would give my folks $500 as an anniversary present. Doc, think, Marty. You must have one rich, eccentric uncle from out of town. Everyone does. Marty, do you? Doc shrugs. I am one. I like that. At last, Marty manages to close the knapsack. Marty, wait a minute. Uncle Mickey from Missouri. He used to send me $50 every year on my birthday, and I never met the guy. Cut 2. Insert the anniversary card. Marty inscribes the card, Dear Lorraine and George. Hope you can use this. Love, Uncle Mickey. Wider. Doc pulls $500 from his wallet and gives it to Marty, who puts it in the already stamped and addressed bright yellow envelope with the card and seals it. Doc, I'll run this over to the post office and it'll be delivered in the mail tomorrow. Now, another rap on a different window. Marty turns and sees Doc, the Doc of 1967. This younger Doc is dressed like a cross between an Indian guru, a rock star, and a scientist. Marty is shocked. To 85 Doc. Oh my God, Doc, it's you. I mean, the you of 1967. He must have seen the newspaper, recognized me, and tracked me down. Doc, of course he did. He's a genius just like me. Here's me. Ducks behind a couch. But don't let him see me. Don't even let him know I'm here in 1967. Marty gestures to the younger Doc. To wait a minute. Marty, then should I just blow him off? Doc, no, we need him. The only way I can repair the time machine is to use his lap. Damn these pronouns. Marty, let me see what I can do. Geez, look at what you're wearing. Marty goes over to the other window and opens it. The younger Doc climbs in. He, too, has the newspaper article. 67 Doc. Marty, is it you? I knew it. Good to see you. It's been 12 years. What brings you to 1967? Marty, it's kind of a long story, Doc. 67 Doc. Wait, don't tell me. Having too much knowledge of future events can be extremely dangerous. I remember that for 1955. Marty, right. Well, the bottom line is that we need to get the time machine over to your lab so you can repair it. 67 Doc. You want me to repair it? Doc, not him, me. Marty, yes, no, I don't know. 67 Doc. What's the problem? Marty, nothing. I'm just a little confused. 67 Doc. No, I mean with the time machine. Marty, well, it doesn't fly properly. Doc, don't tell him that. 67 Doc. It flies? Far out. Marty, yeah, Mr. Fusion shot too. 67. Who got shot? Doc, tell him we need a power source. Marty, what, Doc? 67 Doc. This is Mr. Fusion. Does he need medical attention? Doc, get over here. Marty wanders over to the couch, drops down on it, and throws his head back so he can hear 85 Doc. Tell him we need a power source for the flux capacitor. Marty, we need a power source for the flux capacitor? 67 Doc. You mean to generate 1.21 gigawatts of electricity again? Doc, precisely. Marty, precisely. I mean, yeah. 67 Doc. Great Scott! I don't suppose you know any upcoming lightning storms? Marty, sorry. 67 Doc. Where's the time machine now? Doc, tell him to go home and you'll bring it to the lab. Marty, actually, the best thing for you to do is go home and I'll bring it to the lab. Marty ushers him to the window. 67 Doc. Well, I suppose that makes sense. But what about poor Mr. Fusion? Doc. Marty. Mr. Fusion's history, Doc. 67 Doc. History? Well, of course. Future history. This will all make sense to me in some time in the future. I'll have to remember to think fourth dimensionally to get into the groove of the continuum. Marty, Doc, please go home. 67, Doc. Very well, Marty. Hasta luego. 67, Doc goes outside the window, but as he's climbing through, the window drops down hard on his left hand. 67, Doc. Oh! And 85, Doc grabs his own hand in identical pain. Doc. Ow! Marty looks back and forth between the two docs in amazement. Doc, I sure hope he doesn't fall into any open manholes. From the outside, we hear a roar of a departing motorcycle. Marty looks out the window. Hey, Doc, you never told me you used to tool around in a Harley. Doc, oh, God, am I wearing a helmet? Marty, nope. Doc, damn, I was crazy in those days. These days, damn these pronouns. Lorraine off screen. Marty, are you talking to someone? Marty motions Doc to hide. Doc does just as Lorraine enters in her bathrobe. Marty, huh? Oh, sorry. I was meditating again. I'll try to keep it down. Meditating. Da-do, run, run, on. Da-do, run, run, on. Lorraine shakes her head and goes back to bed. Marty and Doc finish conversing in whispers. Doc, you better stay here. I'll drop off the DeLorean at my lab. His lab. The lab. Damn. I'll take care of everything. Don't worry, Marty. Doc starts out the window. Marty notices he's forgotten the anniversary card. Marty. Doc, you forgot the card. Marty hands it to him. Doc waves and drops the card. A beat. Doc picks it up and shows Marty he's got it. Doc disappears into the night. Marty. Don't worry, he says. He checks the disappearing photo. Insert photo. A portion of the Shadow's torso is now gone. Marty gulps. That is all for today's reading of the Paradox script. I hope you enjoyed this. We're going to continue on with Season 10 next week. I'm going to be bringing you my live reactions from Back to the Future, the musical. So enjoy that. But until next time, this is Back to the Future, the podcast, the only podcast looking back in time at the greatest film trilogy of all time, Back to the Future. I'm your friend in time, Brad Gilmore, and I will see you in the future.